Do you often dream? And if you do, can you remember what you dreamed about? And if the answer is still yes, do you know what that dream might mean? Hey everyone, welcome back to Silent Soul with me, Caitlin. Today, we're diving into dreams, what they mean, and what they're trying to tell us. There are tons of books about dreams out there, and a lot of psychologists have analyzed why we dream. But here on this podcast, I won't be diving too deep into all of that. Instead, I'd like to share some of my own dreams with you, along with the insights and lessons I've gained from them. I've gone through phases where I dream a lot, and other times where it feels like I'm not dreaming at all. But research shows that we're always dreaming. It's just that sometimes we don't remember them. The dreams I do remember, though, have actually helped me recognize and step away from toxic relationships, avoid drama, and deal with people who tried to manipulate me. I used to have these romantic dreams with someone whose face I couldn't see. It would be cozy dates under a tree in the fall, with leaves all around us, a small wedding on a yacht with close friends and family, or even just us holding hands and going out for food and fun. Then one day, I met him, and it was like a snap in my head, like, this is the person I've been dreaming about, waiting for, and searching for. Since then, I don't dream of faceless people anymore. Whenever it's a romantic dream, it's almost always him. I used to have these recurring dreams where some dark force was chasing me. I'd run everywhere, and even though it never caught me, I'd wake up totally exhausted. This dream would come back every few years, and each time I'd be jolted awake by my alarm, feeling drained. Then one night, I finally stopped in the dream and asked it, "Are you tired of chasing me yet? If you like running so much, maybe it's my turn to chase you and show you how exhausting it really is." When I woke up, I had to laugh at myself a little, but I also realized why I kept having this dream. I was always running because I was scared. The moment I chose to face it, even just once, the fear couldn't control me anymore. I haven't had that dream again, and in that moment, I understood exactly what I'd been afraid of and what I needed to do. I also have these dreams that play out like an action movie. They've got a beginning, a climax, and a conclusion. Everything from an outbreak crisis to a kidnapping mystery where I'm investigating who did it and why. Sometimes it's a battle of wits with spies. At first I thought, wow, I must have an amazing imagination, like I'm directing my own movies in my sleep. But eventually I noticed a pattern. Whenever I feel pressured or overwhelmed, especially at work, that's when these action dreams pop up. It was my mind's way of signaling, hey, this isn't working for you anymore. Gradually, I realized that whenever I dream up one of these intense action sequences, it meant I probably needed to step away from my current job. I knew deep down that things weren't right, but I kept pushing through. You can't just quit every time things get tough, right? We're all grinding for a reason, for our future. So I kept on handling the stress, juggling work problems and life issues. But the more I pushed, the more drained I felt. My health started to dip. My focus was shot, and the dreams just kept getting louder and more vivid. Finally, I was exhausted. I reached a breaking point and decided to leave a job I once loved. Since making that call, I haven't had any more action movie dreams. Truth is, I still love what I do, but office life isn't just about the tasks. It's about the boss, co-workers, the pay, and the benefits. I can't stay in a place where the boss doesn't trust me or my coworkers are lazy and unaccountable. So I kept searching, bouncing from one place to another. Every time I dream up another movie, I knew it was time to face whatever was weighing on me. Based on how intense the dreams were, I could gauge just how deep the problem ran. I also tend to have dreams that bring up my biggest fears. One of them is heights. It's not that I can't go up high, it's more the feeling that I might fall. There's always this sense of unease and insecurity hanging over me. My legs are naturally weak, like I can't stand firm for too long, and usually I need to lean on something for support. Standing up straight, balanced on 2 feet, can make me feel like I'm going to tip over. So, when I'm up somewhere high and feel like I don't have control, fear sets in. That's how I end up dreaming that I'm riding a unicycle on this ridiculously narrow, high path. It's terrifying. Every time I wake up, my heart is pounding so hard. I also have a fear of deep water. It's not the water itself, but the fact that my feet can't touch the bottom. For the same reasons, if there's nothing there to hold me up or make me feel secure, fear takes over. So, I dream that I'm stuck on a tiny high cliff in the middle of the ocean. Every time I wake up, I'm just relieved it was all a dream. I know it's all because of this underlying insecurity. I don't trust myself fully, and I don't trust others either. I haven't found that peace or sense of security within myself, so I don't believe anyone else can give it to me either. Honestly, that's still where I'm at. I know this is something I'll spend a lifetime working on healing. What about you? What are you afraid of? And do you ever have dreams like these? And finally, I once dreamed about my grandmother, who had already passed away. I loved her deeply, but when she was alive, I was too young to understand what love really meant. It was only after she was gone that I realized how important it is to express love, or else we carry regrets forever. Through her departure, she taught me a lesson about love and the power of words. In the dream, even though it was just that one time, I faced countless obstacles to reach this place I wasn't supposed to go. And there she was, protecting me, shielding me, cooking me seaweed soup, my absolute favorite. It was the same soup she used to make when she was still with us. Beyond that, I've also dreamed of the child within me, a small, vulnerable version of myself, full of wounds. When I started doing exercises to connect with my inner child, that little one appeared in my dreams. I dreamt of comforting and hugging that child, assuring them that what happened wasn't their fault. I even dreamt of taking that child out to do things I had always wanted as a kid. Sometimes, I still make myself that seaweed soup. It may not be as good as the way my grandma made it, but I love it. Alongside these dreams, I listen to myself and acknowledge the wishes of that inner child. This has helped me understand my needs and desires more clearly, especially now. I try my best to fulfill them, to make life just a little easier, and to find a bit more happiness each day. These dreams remind me how deep the journey to understanding and loving myself goes. If you've had dreams like mine, feel free to share in the comments. Our dreams are the subconscious trying to nudge us, reminding us of things we need to pay attention to. Some dreams might feel random or even meaningless, but they're often replaying something going on in your life. Others, maybe even nightmares, are rooted in fear or worry. When your subconscious is sending you signals, it's likely because there's something in your life you need to deal with. Ignoring it only lets it dig deeper, affecting your mental and physical health over time. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in and spending time with me. I hope you have an amazing day. Don't forget to like the video or follow Silent Soul to stay updated on new episodes. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in the next podcast.